Hi, I'm Dr. Krishnan Venkatswaran, and I'm a senior technical officer at the Birmingham Center for Railway Research and Education. I'm here to talk about the Rail Alliance and the University of Birmingham's role in India and what we have been doing out there. Um, so the little bit of information about the Birmingham Center for Railway Research and Education. It was formally established in 1971. It's currently led by Professor Clive Roberts, who serves as its academic director and also head of school for engineering at the University of Birmingham. Currently, there are over 160 researchers, academics, professional services technicians at the center. So it is one of the largest centers in Europe outside of mainland China. Uh, we are the lead partners of UK Rail Research and Innovation Network, or UCRIN. We have been delivering consistently in higher education. We are known for our innovation and knowledge exchange, and we have won several awards in those areas, specifically the Queen's Anniversary Prize, which is one of the most prestigious prizes we can have. Um, Birmingham Center itself specializes in three major areas. The first being education and skills. Specifically, we teach undergraduate and postgraduate taught programs in Birmingham and internationally as well. We provide research degrees such as PhDs and masters in research. Also, we run periodic skills review seminars. We do CPD practices. We also are currently looking after the National College for Advanced Transportation and Infrastructure, which serves the pre-undergraduate college market. In terms of research, development, innovation, we have partnerships and collaborations worldwide, specifically in China, in India, in the Middle East, in the US, and there are more coming up in Brazil as well. In terms of industry engagement and innovation, Rail Alliance is our industry facing team. And the team basically has technical and business expertise to deliver to anyone from small and medium enterprises to large original manufacturing enterprises, OEMs. So if you look at the technology and innovation route, you have fundamentally nine technology readiness levels. BCRRE and Ukraine focus their delivery on more fundamental R&D, so fundamental research and development, and applied research and development spaces. So Ukraine is specifically been tasked with looking after the medium TRLs, that is between applied research and development areas. Towards the higher TRL areas, that is between 7 and 9. Rail Alliance is our primary sort of delivery arm, who looks at commercialization of products that have reached maturity and also look at application product process development. So that the product can be brought to market and also familiarization with industry knowledge and know-how. So BCRR in India, in summary, are engaged in two main streams. There are educational programs that we run. So we run a 1+1 master's program with the National Rail and Transportation Institute in Vadodara, Gujarat. Also, we run a research consultancy which looks after, which is based on an MOU with the Indian Railways Board, so that we can better understand the impact of ATCS level 2 updates on the network. Right. BCRRE with education in India. A little bit about our partners in RTI. They are a standalone institute initiated by the Indian Railways Board, Human Resources Development Team, based out of Gujarat, and it's part of a massive improvement plans laid out by IR, Indian Railways. The institute teaches at both the undergraduate and postgraduate levels. They are beginning to start research labs in the specific area of transportation as well. So the initial MOU with the Indian Railways Board was to create a master's relationship between the Rail MSc at UOB and the Rail MSc in India. So a joint program was created with NRTI for a Rail MSc with 2 degrees. The master's degree in India awarded by NRTI and a master's degree from University of Birmingham. So there are routes into both the MSc programs at BCRRE, specifically RSEI and RSCS. Currently, 6 students are on track to arrive at UOB this academic year. The second cycle will commence soon with the next intake in August, and those students will arrive here next September. Uh, Further discussions are afoot for UOB faculty to teach at NRTI in the undergraduate program and to deliver 4 modules in their current prospectus. Discussions are also the discussions also include starting highly specialized technical and research engagements through NRTI, possibly helping NRTI to catch up to sort of set up their teaching and research labs. So BCRRI in India, specifically talking about our IR ETCS level 2 upgrade project, we have Indian Railways has committed about 77,000 crores or 7.7 billion pounds to renewing the signaling infrastructure on their network. The first major signaling upgrade in about 100 years on the Indian Railways network. So the UOB team was tasked with helping IR and through them the RDSO or Research Design Standards Organization understand the impact of upgrading to ATCS level 2. The chief research objectives were basically to quantify the improvements on upgrading an existing 172 kilometer corridor to ATCS level 2, identifying the best configuration for fitted and unfitted trains through a corridor, and also to identify bottlenecks on the route. If you look at the results of the project, the when we looked at the timetable, we compressed it. It's a technique of compression. It yielded almost 50% spare capacity under current conditions. And when we simulated it for ETCS level 2, we could find more than 50% spare capacity. Some of this capacity is just theoretical. When it comes to engineering know-how and engineering makeup, most of this will be lost. And then usually it's usual for timetables be more robust in terms of delay recovery. So we will lose some of this capacity, but still we could find some extra time in the existing timetable. We identified bottlenecks in the form of transition speed through switches. So we found the switches the SNC speed to be low. And also there were certain practices of stopping freight trains on mainline or through tracks and forcing passenger trains into loops, which caused the passenger trains to slow down and speed up, therefore creating not allowing them to catch up or speed up their journey time through the network. We then looked at pairwise tests, that is to understand what configuration of fitted and unfitted trains were required while they were still on the overlay condition. We could find that a minimum separation distance of 15 minutes was possible for a unique pair of shorter train lengths followed by longer train lengths versus 30 minutes for a pair of longer train followed by a short train. Uh, this makes sense because longer trains take longer to stop, so it requires more clearance behind them or separation distance behind them. Uh, we found there was no impact on block lengths at the current speed. We tested at block lengths of 1200 meters and 1500 meters. We then changed the speed to 240 kilometers per hour because we were not seeing any improvements and therefore thought that it might be prudent to look at higher speeds of 240 and 300 kilometers per hour. And there we were able to see massive improvements to journey time and capacity. So the conclusions that we have drawn from a project is that the ETCS level 2 implementation will provide improvements to network capacity, but the whole network will require an upgrade with all trains fitted to for IR to realize the capacity promises that capacity sort of improvements that come with the technology. So allowing fitted and unfitted trains into a block is feasible, but safety and engineering considerations will lead into the theoretical headway that we have calculated. ETC's level 2 design speed is about 240 kilometers an hour. So any real improvements to capacity is only seen at this level. We have in our understanding, we have helped IR understand the technology better and possibly inform their decisions regarding the deployment of ETCS level 2. So here's a brief sort of video that is showing the simulation model that we used on Brave. So as you can see, we have a bunch of trains running the timetable in both directions. And in this way, this particular suite has been developed at the University of Birmingham at BCRRE to help us understand train characteristics and be able to simulate whole world or real world systems where we can import real world schematics into the simulator. So as you can see, we have taken drawings from Indian Railways and then constructed the network based on those drawings. And the timetable has also been constructed based on the same similar sort of details. And we can specifically look at late running trains, at trains on the network, and where those bottlenecks occur, and we can change conditions on the network in regard to the sort of late running or early running of trains. So in this case, we are trying to show you a particular bottleneck around the station where the trains use a loop line in through the side platforms and onto the main line, and they're not using the through line, which is at higher speed. Also, what we can do through our sort of like simulation is to look at the speed profile graphs and also to showcase and focus on the how the trains run in traffic. Another specific output that we can do with our simulation is we can fail trains at particular areas and we can then use them as part of our simulation. So moving on to Rail Alliance globally, Rail Alliance is the founder member of the European Rail Clusters Initiative. They have connections across 16 rail business clusters across Europe, and they have access to funded projects and outcomes across those 16 rail business clusters. So there is an online membership option which provides you access to webinars, to recorded content, news, and information. Members of the community have exclusive offers in terms of attendance, in terms of access to suppliers, deals, and insights from the technical experts about the evolving rail market. We are open to global membership and networking connections. And Rail Alliance is a regular part of trade missions and international events, including trade missions to India. So thank you. If you'd like to know more about the center and the railway research that we do, you can get in touch with us on the social media by tweeting at us at BCRRE and at the Rail Alliance, or looking us up on LinkedIn at BCRRE and Rail Alliance again, or just come onto our website at railalliance.co.uk. Alternatively, you can come on to birmingham.ac.uk/railway for the Birmingham Center for Railway Research. That's all. Thank you.